Namaste, welcome again to Great Minds, Great Quotes. In this episode, there are quite a few beautiful quotations on beauty. What is beauty? How do we perceive it? How are we attracted to it? How we seek it? So I think the first point to note is what we mean by beauty. Is beauty a thing? A beautiful thing is beautiful. A flower is beautiful. But the idea of beauty, not something which is beautiful. There is a difference. What is beauty and what is something beautiful? So not a beautiful thing, an item, a person, an object, but the idea of beauty. So, quotation from Garrison Keillor, beauty isn't worth thinking about. What's important is your mind. You don't want a $50 haircut on a 50-cent head. It's funny, but quite interesting also. Beauty isn't worth thinking about. If you have a mind which has beautiful thoughts, beautiful ideas, can appreciate beauty, recognize beauty, that's more important than seeking something beautiful. Because even if you find it, you may not appreciate it. You don't want a $50 haircut on a 50-cent head. So elevating and deepening your appreciation, first understanding the idea of beauty and enhancing your appreciation for it so that you can recognize it and enjoy it rather than go on a journey to find beautiful things, because even if you find it, you may not recognize it as something beautiful. Here's a short and sweet one from Confucius. Everything has its beauty, but not everyone sees it. As the other saying goes, the beauty is in the beholder's eyes. Some people like this shape, that color, that appearance. Some people like something else. So everybody may have different definition of beauty. Not the fundamental concept of beauty, but their personal preference. They like something shaped this way. Somebody likes symmetrical shapes. So they say that's very beautiful, symmetrical, two sides are about the same. Somebody likes more random, more undefined shape. Different, every cloud is different shape, and they think clouds are beautiful. They may not have any symmetry. So, Confucius said, everything has its beauty, but not everyone sees it. And one example of that is, I rather see roses on my table than diamonds on my neck. That's a personal preference. Probably more valuable. I rather see roses on my table than diamonds on my neck. Although both diamonds and roses are product of nature. Diamond is very precious to unearth and bring it to your necklace. Roses can be found many places growing on their own quite often. So that is perspective. Here is another perspective on beauty from Mahatma Gandhi. I want to show that what is useful can also be beautiful. So that is a sort of utilitarian perspective, that what is useful can also be beautiful, or what is beautiful should be useful. That's one way to look at it. Another perspective, as I mentioned earlier, is K. Miller. In a sense, randomness, like beauty, is in the eyes of the beholder. Here's an idea has been added, randomness. You can see, if you look at a small scope, small area, things may seem random, but as long as you broaden your vision, you begin to see a pattern. So depending on your perspective, if you look at a very small atomic scale, you might see some randomness, uncertainty. But you look at an object or a life form made of atoms, have some sort of organization and structure and a pleasing appearance. So it's a matter of how you look at things. You see what you look at. Now here are two short quotations on slightly different concept of being. Nisargadatta Maharaj says, you need not know to be. You need not know to be, but must be to know. You need not know to be, but must be to know. In other words, your thoughts, concepts, ideas are not necessary, not required for your existence. But your existence is required to know. It is a very subtle difference between knowing and being. You need not know to be, but must be to know. Another related to it is from Dhananjaya Kumar. Sometimes I think, other times I simply am. Now, this relates to the earlier medieval period great philosopher thinker René Descartes, who says, I think, therefore I am. In other words, thinking is so important that because of thinking I exist. I think, therefore I am. Now, this may have led to, in parts of the world, to overemphasis on thinking. And thinking and analysis sometimes does not solve any problem and does not bring true knowledge. Sometimes one has to go beyond thinking in contemplation, in meditation, to realize. Mind cannot bring the knowledge of that which existed before human mind was created. So mind cannot give the complete, total, eternal knowledge. It is limited to a certain period in recent history that human mind developed and started to question and develop answers and technologies and lots of ideas. So that signifies overemphasis on thinking. I think, therefore I am. That's what René Descartes says. And what we are saying in this one is, sometimes I think, other times I am, which means I am when I'm thinking, and I also am when I'm not thinking. So thinking is not the cause of my existence. My existence can produce thinking, or